Okay, welcome back, guys. So we are in the, I think, last episode of our Python basic series. So far, we have discussed the Python installation, the basic fundamental, what is the function, what is the operators, what are all dictionary, list, right? Built-in functions, operators, set, string data type, tuple data type, and all this we have already discussed, right? If you haven't seen, then please go and check all the videos which is already available. In last two videos, we were discussing the for loop and while loop, right? And we uh, have already seen that how you can use the for loop and the while loop. But there is one thing that I just wanted to bring here is that there is two more statement is there, something called break and continue, right? So before we jump into the code, let's try to understand what is the break and what is the continue and how or where we need to use all these stuff, right? So break is something like as you see where you found the pattern, break the loop. Let's say you have the data, right? And you are trying to find something in that data. And if you continue with the loop, so loop will always, right? If you go with the for loop or while loop, then it will gonna iterate each and every element, whatever that it is, it will find, it will gonna just print or whatever the instruction you will give, that will do. But I don't want my loop to continue. If I find something, I just want to break my loop and just want to print that particular statement. So in that case, we can use the break, right? Continue is just the opposite of this. Continue is something, let's say you want to continue with that wherever you find the pattern. I want, I don't want to print that. I want to ignore that particular element or the object which we are trying to find, right? And I want continue my loop to with all the remaining stuff, right? So that's how that this you can see it is a continue is something that where you want to continue with the statement and you want to ignore that particular pattern which are you are trying to find, and break is something where you just want to come out from that particular loop. All right, so let's see in action. So in last video we have printed this, so I will take the same. I have already created a new Jupyter notebook, and if I print this, so you can see that it is printing everything, right? But I want, let's say I want to print till only 4. Like the moment I just want to trying to find that where is 4, whatever the data is before 4, I just want to print that. So how you can print that? You can simply say letter equal to 4, and then it will gonna print this, and what it will do is it will gonna break. So what I'm saying is this two lines is something which is telling to loop, hey loop, if you find the 4 anywhere in this iteration, just break the loop, otherwise continue to print whatever it is getting. So let's see. Now you can see it has printed only till h. The moment it find 4, it has come out from that particular loop, right? So that's how that you can see. Let's take one more example. If I do this stuff, and and this is the welcome print and for string, let's say this time I want to say p, right? Let's say small p. Obviously there is no small p, so it's gonna print everything. But if I make it to capital P, now you can see that it has printed only till here white space, right? So that's how that this is something that you can see in this series. Let's take one more example. Let's say I'm printing one list, right? Number list. Let's say 3, 5, 6, 9, 12, 3, 34, 56, 80. Just one random list, right? Now what I am trying to do is I am trying to print that number, right? What it will do, it will print everything. But I don't want to print, I just want to, let's say I want to find number 12 in this series. So what I can do is I will gonna again put my condition is something called, let's say if num equal to let's say 12. Okay, then what it will do is it will print uh, let's say number found. Okay, whatever I'm trying to find, and let's say coming out from loop. Okay, and then I would say break. So let's see. You can see whenever it is finding the number 12, what it will do is it will just print and it will come out of that particular loop. Why? Because it has already find. It will not go everything. This statement will not work because we put the condition here, right? That's how that it is working. Same thing we can do with the while loop. Let's say mm, while loop. What example we have? We will take while loop. Let's see. I want to print only the even number. Okay, I have printed one, and I would say if I less than 10, okay, or maybe less than equal to 10, then do one thing, I equal to 1. Print it in one more that increase number, right? If simply I print this, right? If I print I, so what it will do? It will gonna print each and everything, right? You can see that I equal to 0, it is less, print 1. Then again it has increased to 2. It will gonna print here, it will see that it is 11, right? Because it is already 11 and it has printed I. But next time when it came here, 11, right? Which is more than or greater than 10, right? So it will not increase 11 by 1, and that's why it never printed 12 and it came out, right? But I want to see how many numbers are even in this series, right? So again, we will put the if condition, and if you say, remember in operator series we have discussed this, right? If modulo equal to 0, like I'm saying that if reminder is 0 for that particular stuff, then what it will do is it will print, let's say, I would say number is even, right? And then I will say else continue. Let's see what it is doing is same thing, right? Break was doing whenever that particular pattern is found, it has come out from that particular execution block. But with continue, what is happening is I am saying here equal to I equal to 0, right? So it has printed 1, right? So now it has checked 1. 1 is not the even number. So it continue that. Then it will do 2. 2 is even number, yes. Then it printed this and it never went to else block. Then again it went up. Here now number is 3. This will not execute, it is not true, right? Then it again continue, then it will go to 4. 4 is fine, then it will come here and it will do, right? If you say here break, right, let's see. So now it is saying break, right? Why? Because the first number itself is not matching this condition and it has broken down that particular execution block, so it will never continue, right? So that is the difference between break and continue. Break is something which gonna break your, and if you say continue, like if particular condition is not match, ignore it and then continue to the next iteration, right? So that's how that this is working, right? Even we can see in this, I think in range also. Let's try. I want to print I in, let's say I want to say range starting from 2 to 10, right? This range I am taking and I want to print I. It is printing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Obviously, it will never take the last number in range. It will just print till 9, right? That is fine. Sorry. But what I will do is I will say if I greater than 4, okay, then continue. Otherwise, else, let's say print I am else block. Let's see what we will get with this. So here you can see that why what it is doing is it is printing this else block only in few iteration. Let's try to understand. First, it will take the 2, right? And 2 is what is saying, that 2 is something that not greater than 4, right? So it will uh, print this I am else block, right? 2 is printing due to this, right? 2, and then it is printing I am else block. Then it will come to 3, it will print 3. Again, the condition is not match, it has printed I am else block. Then the 4, 4 is also a kind of uh, like it is saying the continue, right? So that it has printed the else block. Now it come to 5, 5 is greater than 4, no. So what it will do is it will continue, continue, continue. It will never come back to this uh, else statement, right? Because it has instructed here that okay, go continue, right? So that's how that if you see break, let's see how it works. It is saying that 2, 3, 4. Here the condition is like something that matching, right? So the moment it came to 5, 5 is greater than 4, and it break out that particular uh, loop, right? It has printed 5 and it has never. And if you see the continue, you can see it is printing more and more and more, right? So that's how that this is something it gonna print. And here the 5, after 5, why it is not printing the else block? Because the condition is true and we are instructing to continue, so it never come back to the else block. So that's how that you can take the example of this else and continue, whether you are using the for loop or you are using the while loop, right? So that's it, guys. I think we have discussed all fundamentals of Python, which you just need to start with the Python. I believe that you have already seen the all videos. If not, then I will strongly recommend go back and check out all the videos, which is already available on the channel. And this is what that we have seen. I will gonna upload all these to that. I will try to create more examples, right? And will upload to GitHub so that you can set up your local lab and you can like do your hands dirty inside with those example. I will try to as much as possible to make it all these descriptive so that you will understand what example we are doing and what exactly it is happening that example. And I will create one more small videos whenever I am ready with the all example with each and every topic with the different file, and I will share that GitHub link in that video so that you can download that particular repository inside your local, and then probably you can just start making all these use, right, to hands on these Python basics. Apart from that, I have this series in pipeline which is something called advanced, right? So what I'm gonna do this here is I am just gonna show you that more depth of Python, like how it is working internally, right? Like how it is reading each and every line, how it is gonna printing, what is the memory stuff it is taking and everything, the functions, or maybe how you can take the example of import, right? How you can take the example of the library, right? Different library. We will see that more few random examples, and we will see the use cases, right? Use case in day to day, maybe DevOps profile, right? Like how you can take example of uh, these Python and you can um, make your work little bit automation or maybe advanced automation or maybe that is easy. Like we will take the example of how you can maintain your Linux boxes, right? Or maybe that monitor, instead of maintain, I would say monitor, right? So we can see that how we can do this monitor stuff with the Linux, how you can monitor or maybe maintain your, let's say, GitHub code, right? GitHub code also we will see that what is happening inside our GitHub code. We will see that some cloud resources, right? I would share that some Azure pipeline or maybe try to create the storage account with the help of not pipeline. Pipeline is a little bit advanced topic. I will just try to create one additional series. storage account in Azure, or maybe resources in AWS. So all this stuff we will see that with the help of Python, right? Yeah, I think that point is coming in your mind that we have the Terraform or the other IAC tool which we can use to achieve all these stuff, right? But I'm just trying to give you a overview of where, like, if you want to use the Python, right? If you are a lover to Python and if you want to use Python to achieve all these stuff, so that how what is the stuff we can do and all this, right? Like we have this read file function in the list file and all these in the Linux library. We have, I think, Boto 3 for the AWS resource to manage. We can call the GitHub API using this GitHub module, right? So we will see that how all these stuff will work in the day-to-day Python. I think I am done with my Python basic series, and if you like all these content and if you love, then please support me with subscribing my channel and sharing with your friends, colleagues, and maybe who wanted to start with the Python basics, and then slowly we will move to advanced Python, right? So that is the agenda of our next series, which I am gonna start in couple of days. Before that, I will start with this stuff, right? I will just try to create more examples of all these topics, and I will upload it to the GitHub so that you can easily download and try to hands-on on all these topics before we move to advanced Python. All right, so that's it, guys. I will meet you in next. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay safe and happy learning.